Hey guys, Romie here. If you're a first time viewer, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. And please like and comment on this video. This is the recap for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 15, Heart to Heart. And the episode actually starts off with Carly Red and Jessica Dime, who for some reason is dressed like she's supposed to be in the Power Rangers movie or episode. They're at KY Jewelers. That's what I'm calling it, because they're gonna appraise the ring to see what it's worth, if it's worth anything. Long story short, the ring is worth nothing. It's worth $10 at most. It is made out of plastic, just like we thought, and this means that, you know, Life Jennings gave it to her because that's what he thought of her. He didn't think much of her, and clearly, thankfully, Carly thought more of herself than Life did, because, Lord, the sad thing is, she's thinking that, oh, he's playing himself. No, he's playing you, and you still don't see it. Now, Mimi's came to her senses. It's interesting because whenever Mimi is in a relationship, she's able to think clearly in regards to Stevie J, in regards to Steven Jordan. So she realizes it's time to put Stevie on child support. She's doing this not because he's unfit or anything like that, just because she's trying to create some type of boundaries between them. And the thing is, you know, why not? Eva's his child, so why shouldn't he pay? That's my stance on it. And Stevie feels a certain way because it's just like, I have a trust fund set aside for her. I have this, I have that. Mimi's thinking that's all well and good, but no, let's have the courts handle it. He's like, oh, so it's gonna be like that? Yeah, it's gonna be like that. You know, I'm trying to actually move on, trying to be mature, trying to do different things in 2016. And Tommie is at she's at a ballet practice, but she's not doing ballet. She's doing something. She's doing something. KK is looking at her like, Lord Jesus, this is child junk again. Tommie's saying, yeah, of course I am. And then, shout out to KK's dog, because sometimes I'm afraid because the dog doesn't move at all. And she had a stroller for him. It was a nice stroller too. I'm thinking that could have gone to a shop. Anyway, Tommie recants the story of Stevie J coming to her room, essentially trying to get some sexual favors. Tommie was like, I'm not having it unless we're working together in a business capacity. We're not going to be doing anything else together. And KK's just like, I don't feel like that's what happened. And KK's saying that mainly because she knows that Tommie has a drinking problem. She's not really sure if this is Tommie with a sober mind who recants the story or not, so she's going to take it for what it is. But what she will accept is that Joseline, and I can believe that Joseline did this because Joseline's been doing some very grimy stuff this year, or over this past year. And Joseline allegedly called the cops on Tommie, and there was like 10 of them that showed up. They raided her hotel room. And of course, aside from production, who else will have really known that she was in that room? So I can definitely believe Joseline did it. Joseline's been doing a lot of messed up stuff and pretend like she didn't do it. Now, Scrappy, he met up with Tommie because Tammie's like, I believe in love and I believe in Bambi and Scrappy. I believe that they have something special. So they go and talk, and Tommie has to pretty much lay it out for him. Look, it was cool that you came to the fashion event, especially how you support your girl. I really like that. So how do you feel about my girl Bambi? Because she wants a commitment. She wants a relationship. She wants actually more than just a relationship. And it's just like, you know, maybe I can get her a necklace, a chain, you know, a couple's chain. So it's just like, are you kidding me, dude? Dude, if you don't want to lose her, if you want to keep, long story short, if you actually want things to work out, you need to put a ring on it. You know, give her your last name. That level of commitment. That's what she's looking for. That's what she deserves. I'm like, okay, shout out to you, Tommie, for being the good friend. And for teaching, this is like, do you love her? Yes. How does she make you feel? It's just like, well, you know, she was there for me through the probation, jail time, and also all my court stuff. Yeah. And so I really appreciate her, and she was down for me. I've learned things from her. I was like, okay, that's great. So what are you going to do now moving forward? Well, I think that maybe, like, she was just like, look, you see this table, you see this bench, you have to be like this barroom table. You see how it can support both of our weights? Yeah, you need to do that in the relationship. Because she did that for you, you also have to be able to do that for her in return. I was like, look at Tommie. Look at Tommie, all that clarity. Now, Joseline is recording this music video, and I feel bad because I'm thinking, Mona has professional camera crew, and you have this guy with this, I'm sure, again, high-tech camera. It's just him. Joseline is standing behind, you know, a wall with some graphics, and her producer in the video. I'm like, Joseline, this isn't next level stuff. This is not next level stuff. But Joseline's loving it because just like she's doing it on her own, even though this guy's kind of a sleaze originally because he said he slept with me and that never happened. I need a producer, so I'm going to work with him. I'm going to use him. And that's just how it's going to be. Now, for what Joseline wants to do is, Joseline, oh, thank God it's still recording. Lord, I've been trying to do this 10 times. 10 times! And my damn phone, because of, I think, like, Pokemon Go has been messing up with my camera on my phone. But anyway, thankfully it's working right now. Thank you, Lord. It's already after 12 now. I'm so pissed. Anyway, Tiara comes to the set because Joseline wants to give Tiara some information. Joseline wants to make sure that Tiara is, well informed regarding, what Tommie has been doing. So she goes and tells Tiara that, you know, Tommie had sex with her, that she possibly had sex with CBJ, and her goal is, again, to continue the messy train and have Tiara go and report back to Scrap, so that Scrap can go and curse out, what's her name? Tommie. And by doing so, that'll just mess up Tommie's whole life, even though Tommie is already distraught. I'm thinking, Joseline, you are playing way too much right now. And Tiara, I'm going to be pissed if you go and you do it anyway. Because you're like, you know, I'm smart enough to not fall for this. But, you know, just to be petty, I might do it anyway. That's not entertaining to me. I'm sorry, that part's not entertaining to me. So, now I was surprised. I was surprised that KK actually invited Tiara to her house. Why did she do this? Because she wanted to make amends. She wanted to make sure that she brought Tiara in so that she could see her grandchild, because that's her greatest fear. She's concerned that she may not see her grandchild, and her son is away in jail. When she originally thought her son was going to get 20 years, she thought her life was over, and so she's just like, I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss things that are important. And you know, when we originally had that argument, I really had so much hate and animosity towards you, but I know it was mainly just misdirected. And so I want to be a part of King's life. I really want that. And Tiara was just like, look, honestly, King's been asking for you. He loves his grandma. So I knew that I couldn't cut you out regardless of what issues that we had. And actually, I need your help because he has his birthday party coming up. And I'm really not good with planning those. I'm like, you have a couple of kids and you're not going to plan birthday. Okay, but whatever. So KK's going to do that. And they're all well and good. And that was actually a nice scene to watch. Interestingly enough, Jessica Dime actually has a hairline coming out. So shout out to her because that makes sense. It makes sense. That's like her staple. Forget the music and all of that. Her image is her staple. And definitely the hair is the centerpiece. So that's definitely a smart move. Now, what Jessica Dime has to do now is she has to play messy part 2. Because Carly's usually the most messy one in the group, in the bunch. But Carly's being outdone because Jessica has decided that she's bringing in this girl to the group. And when I say this girl, I mean there's this person who is her friend, and her friend, yeah, and there's this girl who's her friend, and the friend knows Life Jennings' new baby's mother. So she brings her, and the baby's mother, for some reason, for some reason, has the DNA test results in her back pocket just to go and show Carly Red. And of course, it's like 99 point whatever % positive that it is his child. Carly Red's really upset, but I'm thinking, you know what? I actually can't be mad at this point because Carly, this is karma. You've done this stuff to people so much. You've done this stuff to people so much over the years, and you thought it was funny, and you thought it was cute. People were getting beat up, people were getting blindsided, and you thought it was just so funny. And now it's finally happening to you. That's why I can go and say I like you for this, I can like you for that, but not for that. I will not for that. So this is karma. You just need to own it and accept it, that it finally came back on you and you didn't like it. And for some reason, you're thinking that you deserve certain things when you're in a relationship with an open relationship with someone who clearly doesn't think that much of you. That's interesting. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Is it right? No. Is it your reality? Yes. And then you get mad and you start putting hands on this girl. Of all people, there's millions of people that you could have gotten buck with, and yet you chose this. You chose. Anyway, I have to move forward. KK invites CVJ out to this showcase, this artist showcase. And shout out to the artist. He actually looked prepared. He had some choreography. He sounded good. Now, the thing is, no offense to him, but he blends right in with everyone else that's currently out. And I guess that's okay nowadays because you just have to be slightly different to make it. But, yeah, I'm really tired of hearing the same sound over and over again just because it's been successful. Who's going to take the risk? And I think Sass was actually there in the background and I just never noticed. Now, of course, KK has to go and talk with Stevie J because she talked to Tommie and Tommie told her some salacious things. She informed Stevie J and let him know that Tommie said that, you know, he hit on her, was trying to have sex with her. He said no. Tommie was drunk. Tommie invited me to her room and, you know, she was acting crazy. She was naked. She was doing this. She was doing that. And, you know, Sass is my cuz. I would never go and do that. You're my sis. He's my cuz. I would never do something like that. And I'm thinking, here's the thing. It's really hard because Stevie J has done some very, very, very sketchy stuff in the past. But we'll give him a break. Stevie J overall seems changed. So we'll go and chuck it up as Tommie. There was some type of agreement of both of them going to the room, her room, and talking about business. It kind of sounds like Tommie's kind of partially thinking about. It's very confusing. It is very confusing. Very confusing. But again, the second part about the cops being called, it's just like he's not surprised because Joseline's been on one lately. Mimi, on the other hand, needs to go and let Chris know that their relationship is officially over. And here's how the conversation goes. Chris thought that Mimi and Chris have been having sex for a couple of times since their quote-unquote breakup. Chris didn't think that he broke up with Mimi. He thought that, oh yeah, he's actually going to go and do a full transition. Because remember, originally he was just like, oh, he's going to do partial and all of that. But it's just like, no, he's actually going to go get the breast reduction. He's going to go start in the hormones and everything. So it's just like, okay, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense to us. We can accept that. Believe it or not, we can accept that. Even as black people, sometimes they call us ignorant when it comes to stuff with the LGBT community and stuff. But we can accept it when you're like, all right, you're going to completely. We got that. Partial or not at all, but you still want... Dude, you're confused because something's not correlating. So, shout out to Chris for being brave enough to do that. And Chris was just like, you helped me figure that out. You helped me do that. And Mimi was just like, look, I was tired of being in a relationship where I had my own stuff. And yes, of course you helped me. Of course you helped me. But how dare you sit here and act like I didn't help you too? That's how Mimi was going. And again, Chris thought that initially when he said he was gonna go and give me some time, he thought that Mimi was gonna eventually come back. Mimi was like, no, I found someone new. You already know that. You need to just get over it. And bada boom, bada bang, here's your crap, be gone, alright, be gone too. And Chris was crying, Mimi was done. I was just like, damn, Mimi, you kind of cold, but I kind of understand. But like, damn, Mimi. Damn, Mimi. Now, Carly Red is crying over Life Gen, and she goes on to Life Gen's set for his music video. And she was like, oh, that's the German girl that's posted up on Instagram. I'm like, okay, if he's working with her, then of course they're going to be posted up together. But whatever. I'm like, but why are you really mad if you're not even together? Carly, why are you going to him almost seeming like you're trying to beg to try and rekindle a relationship that isn't going to work, that doesn't exist? Carly, you make absolutely no sense. That's the sad part. You're trying to go and pretty much trying to reclaim your image and clear your name with this guy, and it's just like the ring's fake, this and that. He's just like, he doesn't want you, he does not care about you, he does not care. Look, this was his reaction. He does not care that you had a fight with his baby mama, because of the fact that he doesn't think much of you. He doesn't think of you, period. I'm so upset because I'm like, Carly, look at you. You're successful, you're an entrepreneur, and yet you're doing this foolishness on reality TV. You don't have to do any of this in order to get some attention on reality TV. Not at all. Joseline, I guess she went to some like strip club, whatever it was. It was like some gaudy strip club or burlesque thing. And so Joseline had Tommie meet up there. Tommie looked like she was going to a funeral. And Tommie was just saying how, so pretty much you called the cops on me, you've been trying to play me, we did this, we did that. And Tommie was pissed. I mean, Tommie is like what Joseline used to be. Joseline is trying to act brand new, and I appreciate Joseline for not trying to just start fights into being fights. But at the same time, it feels like Joseline is on this whole... I'm just waiting for Joseline to lose it, because to me, if and when she loses it, that'll determine if this is real or if this is just for show. And because Tommie got up, she threw that drink, and Joseline kind of went back. I was like, wait a minute, this must be a new Joseline, because the old Joseline popped up on her, but she didn't do it because there was security. And Joseline, I think she was so hurt when people were calling her an animal that she's trying to do everything that she can to take away that imagery from our minds. But you don't have to do all this, Joseline. You don't have to do all this frou-frou-la fakeness. So, or it may not be fake-ish. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Come back next week.